YouTube video titled US Bank Launches IQD and VND Redemption, Contract Rates Locked In, Appointments Now Open, Iraqi Dinar, including the intro for your channel RV News. Welcome back to RV News, your trusted source for the latest and most explosive developments in the global currency revaluation space. If you're holding IQD or VND, today's update is a game changer. You do not want to miss a single moment of this broadcast because what we're about to share is nothing short of monumental. US Bank has made a move that many believed was still months away, possibly even years. But now it's happening. Appointments are officially being scheduled, redemption protocols are in motion, and most importantly, contract rates are being locked in. This is the moment so many of us have been waiting for. So grab your notepad, stay focused, and let's break down exactly what this means for IQD and VND holders across the country. In a stunning turn of events, sources close to the financial transition process have confirmed that US Bank, one of the most prominent financial institutions in the United States, has launched its IQD and VND redemption program quietly but definitively. Over the last 72 hours, internal memos and off-the-record conversations from wealth managers and Tier 1 clients have confirmed that appointments are not only being set up but are already underway in select regions. This rollout is not yet being advertised publicly, but high-net-worth individuals and connected insiders are being notified through private channels. This isn't speculation. This isn't rumor. This is real, tangible movement. And the momentum is rapidly accelerating. According to multiple reports from both coasts and several Midwest regions, US Bank has initiated a controlled rollout of the redemption process, starting with Tier 1 and Tier 2 clients. These individuals, often referred to as whales in RV circles, are the first to be offered redemption appointments through invitation-only channels. However, the most shocking part is that, in many cases, these appointments come with the option to lock in the coveted contract rates that have long been whispered about in private financial briefings but never formally confirmed until now. These contract rates are reportedly well above the expected market or street rates and come with NDAs and structured payout options that suggest high-level coordination with US Treasury and other global financial entities. So what exactly are these contract rates? While no official rates have been published, insider chatter indicates that the Iraqi Dinar IQD contract rate is being offered in a range significantly higher than the international float rate expected post-RV. Some sources point to figures as high as $3.71 or even $4.41 per IQD for qualified individuals. The Vietnamese Dong VND is also seeing elevated contract rates, with numbers ranging from 47 cents to $2 depending on the holder's tier level, redemption package, and exchange group affiliation. While we must stress that these rates are not yet verified through public sources, the consistency of the data from multiple regions and clients gives serious weight to these claims. Redemption centers are not standalone facilities with neon signs or public lobbies. They are secure, invitation-only facilities located within or near major financial centers and US Bank's wealth management branches. According to individuals who have been through the appointment setup, clients are given a specific date, time, and location, often under a pseudonym or reference number, and are required to bring identification, proof of currency holdings, and in many cases, evidence of the origin of their funds. Security is extremely tight, and all participants must agree to NDAs that bar them from disclosing specific details of their appointments. This level of secrecy only reinforces the legitimacy of the redemption process and the seriousness with which US Bank and associated entities are handling the transition. Let's pause and consider the implications of what this really means. If US Bank is now engaging in active redemption of IQD and VND at contract rates, it signals one major point. The RV is not just a theory or a future possibility, it is here. It is in progress, and it is moving faster than most expected. For years, the revaluation community has waited patiently through cycles of hope and disappointment. We've dissected rumors, passed through cryptic statements from foreign ministers, and analyzed central bank policies from Iraq to Vietnam. But this is not a rumor. This is a live, real-world development with measurable actions being taken by a major American bank. That in itself validates the entire currency reset narrative and brings a new level of credibility to what many in mainstream media have dismissed as speculation. Another point worth highlighting is the language being used internally at US Bank. Staff involved in the redemption process are reportedly being trained using terms like asset-backed currency, rate lock-in, and tiered redemption pathways. These terms are crucial because they tie directly into the larger framework of the QFS, the quantum financial system, which many believe is the backbone of the global financial reset. The use of asset-backed terminology strongly suggests that these redemptions are tied to new monetary standards being adopted behind the scenes, moving away from fiat and toward asset-based digital and physical currency systems. If true, that would mean the IQD and VND redemptions are not isolated financial events but part of a much broader systemic shift. We're also hearing that clients attending these appointments are being given options regarding their funds post-ex. Some are being offered structured payouts with higher overall returns, while others are being allowed to take immediate liquidity at slightly reduced contract rates. This shows flexibility and customization, which again points to a redemption infrastructure. Furthermore, trust accounts, multi-currency wallets and tax strategy consultations are being offered on-site, meaning that US Bank is not simply exchanging currencies, it's managing wealth. This transforms the redemption event into a full-scale wealth transition program. One important takeaway from these redemptions is that time may be limited for those still holding IQD and VND, while the first wave of redemptions is targeting higher tier clients. Our sources are adamant that a second wave will be open to the general public, possibly within the next 7 to 14 days. This window is your opportunity to prepare. Make sure your currencies are authenticated, your paperwork is in order, and most importantly, stay connected to accurate sources of information like RV News. Misinformation will be rampant in the coming days as more people hear about these appointments and rush to participate without understanding the proper channels now. Let's talk briefly about what you can do to increase your chances of being included in this first or second wave. First, if you have a relationship with US Bank, especially on the wealth management side, reach out to your advisor immediately. Don't walk into a branch and ask about the RV. That's not how this works. Instead, request a private wealth consultation and reference your international currency holdings. Let them take the next step. Second, if you're part of an exchange group or have previously registered through a redemption portal, make sure your contact information is up to date. Many of these appointments are being set through pre-existing lists of currency holders who expressed interest years ago. Also remain cautious of scam attempts during this time. As redemption activity increases, so will the number of fraudulent schemes. Never give your currency to anyone promising early access. Only deal directly with US Bank or authorized personnel, and never engage in exchanges without formal documentation, secure locations, and verified identification procedures. There's too much at stake, and bad actors will prey on the urgency many of us are feeling right now on the governmental side. The silence is also telling. Treasury officials have not issued public denials, nor has there been any attempt to suppress this information internally. Some insiders believe this isn't quiet green light, allowing the banking system to move forward, while the public remains mostly unaware. It's also worth noting that Iraq has continued to push forward with reforms to stabilize the dinar, including increasing their gold reserves, strengthening banking ties, and conducting oil sales in IQD. Vietnam, too, has been making strategic monetary policy changes that indicate preparation for currency appreciation put together. These developments paint a very clear picture. This isn't isolated, this is coordinated, and it's happening now. The fact that US Bank is willing to risk public exposure by launching this redemption quietly speaks volumes. It suggests they are operating with protection from higher authorities, possibly even international oversight, whether it's the BIS IMF or a coalition of financial regulators. Someone has clearly given the nod to proceed. And now, the big question, what should you be doing right now? First, verify the authenticity and condition of your IQD and VND notes. Ensure they are clean, crisp, and uncirculated if possible. Second, get your financial affairs in order. This includes having a trusted CPA, a tax attorney, and a wealth manager lined up. Third, stay informed. Subscribe to channels like RV News and set alerts so you're notified immediately of any breaking update. We will continue to monitor this evolving situation and bring you verified, actionable intel without the hype or fear-mongering that clutters so many other outlets.